this video, I'm going to explain one question related to probability when we are rolling two dices. So the question is saying that two dices are rolled. We have to find the probability that the sum in part A, it says equal to 10, part B less than 8. So when we have a question like this, what is the first step? The first step in probability is finding the sample space, so which we showed with S. The sample space basically is all the possible results of whatever the question is saying. So in this particular question, it says two dices are rolled, so you have to write all the possible results when you roll two dices. So what are those possible results? The first one is going to be 1 and 1. So that means you throw two dice and they are both 1. The next one is going to be 1 and 2, and you can continue all the way to 1 and 6. So as you see, I am keeping the first result 1 and I'm changing the other one from 1 to 6. And obviously I will not go to 7 because no dice has 7, right? It's from 1 to 6. Next, so I'm going to have 2 as the first result. Then I'm changing the second one from 1 to 6. So it's going to be 2 and 1, 2 and 2, all the way to 2 and 6. Next is going to be 3. You do the same thing. You do for 4, 5, and the last one is going to be 6 and 1, 6 and 2, all the way to 6 and 6, and that's it. So a very important thing here is that these two, 1 and 2 and 2 and 1, are different. The reason is that we always assume that the two dices are not the same. So for example, one of them is the green dice and the other one is the red dice. So as a result, 1 and 2 is different from 2 and 1. So that means for example, the green one is 1, the red one is 2. This one is the opposite way. So now, how many items do I have in this set, which is the sample space? As you see here, I have 6 items and I have 6 rows. So 6 times 6 is going to be 36. So here for part A, you know that the basic and the main formula for any probability is the number of event set over the number of sample space set. So in this question, the number of these items here is going to be in the denominator, which is, as I said, 36. Okay, now we have to find the number of E, which is the event set. So how can we find the n of E? Now you have to look at the question. It says in part A, it says the sum should be equal to 10. So from these 36 items, you have to find the ones who they add to 10. So that's not that difficult. I can write it here. So E is going to be, what numbers here will add to 10? So do we have any number, any item starting with 1? No, because if you choose 1, then the other number is going to be 9, which is not here. We don't have 9 in any dice, right? So how about 2? If you have 2 for the first dice, the second dice then should be 8. Again, we don't have 8. How about 3? If I choose 3, then the other dice should be 7, so which is impossible. But how about 4? 4 is possible because when you have 4 for the first dice, the other dice should be 6, so they add to 10, right? After 4, you can go for 5. If I have 5 for the first one, the other one should be 5, as you know. and then the last one is going to be 6, and you obviously need 4. Okay, so we have 3 items in E, so that's why I have to write here the n, or the number of items inside E, is 3. I can reduce this fraction. 3 over 36 is the same as 1 over 12, so this is going to be the answer of the first part, which is 1 over 12. How about the second one? The second one, part B, I can still use that 36 because my sample space is the same, but I have to find the number of items in E. So let's see, this is E1 and then this is E2. Okay, now in this one it says the result should be less than 8. So I have to start with the first one, which is 1 and 1. I know that the result is 2 and it is less than 8. And as you see, all of these items in the first row, if you add them, the result is going to be between 2 and 7. So I have to include all of them. I'm not going to write all of them. This means from 1 and 1 all the way to 1 and 6. So that means here I have 6 items. What else? In the second row, 2 and 1 is 3, then it is 4. The last one is 8. When it is saying less than 8, you shouldn't include 8. So what is the one before 2 and 6 is going to be 2 and 5, which they add to 7. So for 2, I have to start with 2 and 1 and all the way to 2 and 5. All the way to 2 and 5. That's going to be 7. How about 3? I can start from 3 and 1 all the way to 3 and 4, because this is going to be 7 and it is less than 8, but the next one, which is 3 and 5, is 8, which is not acceptable. How about 4? 4 and 1 all the way to 4 and 3, because again 4 and 4 is going to be 8. So after 4, for 5 I have only 5 and 1 and 5 and 2, which is 7. So the next one, which is 5 and 3, is going to be 8. And then for 6 I have only 6 and 1. That's it, because 6 and 2 is going to be 8. Now you can count how many items you have in the set, the event. So here we have 6. I can write it here. These are 6 items. For 2 you have from 1 to 5, so this is 5. These are 4. These are 3. And then so this is going to be 11, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21. So the number here is going to be 21. I can reduce it. I can divide both by 3. So this is going to be 7, and this is going to be 12. So the answer is 7 over 12. There is another way to solve these type of questions when they are asking about the sum of 2 dices. It's a table you can create, and it's really faster than this way. So I'm going to explain that as well. Okay, the other way to solve this or these type of questions, which they're asking about the sum of 2 dices, is creating a table of numbers, and then it's really easy and fast. Okay, so what is that? The first row, you have 6 numbers. How many numbers? 6 numbers. Those 6 numbers, you have to start with 2 and then go one by one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you have 6 numbers. The next row, you have to start with the number after 2, which is 3, and then go one by one. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's very easy, right? The next row, as you can guess, starts from 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The next row starts from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The next row starts from 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And the last row, this is the last row, is going to be from 7, 8, 9, 10 to 12. Okay, now you have this table. It takes honestly 10 seconds to create this table. After that, look at the question. What it's saying, it says this table only works when they are asking about sum. So now it says the sum is equal to 10. Find the number 10 and circle them. How many tens do you see in this table? As you see, we have 3 tens. So the answer is going to be 3. How many numbers do we have here? This is a square, 6 by 6, right? 6 by 6. So you have 36. So it's 3 over 36, which is 1 over 12, which is the same answer we got in the other way that we solved this, right? How about this one? It says find the probability that the sum is less than 8. Okay, this is not 8, less than 8. So you have to find all the 8s. As you see, all the 8s are in a linear relation, as you see. So if I sketch that line, less than 8, you have to look at all the numbers above this green line, which are all less than 8, right? So just count those numbers and don't include 8 because it says less than 8. So how many numbers do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we have 21 numbers. And how many numbers do we have in total? Again, 36. And this is the same answer that we got in the last way that we solved the question. So anyways, you can use this table or you can use the traditional way. Either way works. So yeah, it's completely up to you which way you want to choose.